So with expanding, as usual, if you forget how to do this, remember that you need to do 3x times x, and then you've got 3x times negative 2, you have positive 1 times x, and finally positive 1 times negative 2. So your answer should have been, or when you expand it, you should have got 3x squared minus 6x plus 1x minus 2. Now, you've got to simplify your answer. So when you simplify this answer, you should get 3x squared. Well, it's not plus. Thanks, Kevin. Minus 5x minus 2. So that should be your first answer. All right, guys, do we have any questions about that one? Everyone should get this one, all right? This is a nice and simple one. It's a skill that you just need to remember and practice, okay? Okay, moving on to our next question. Solving. Remember, for solving, you got to try and bring all the numbers to one side and bring all the x's to the other side. All right, the first thing that I'm going to move is this 6x here. When I bring the 6x to the other side, what happens to it? Becomes a minus 6x. All right? It's always the opposite of what it's always, when you move it to the other side of the equal sign, the symbol becomes the opposite of it. So I've got plus 1 still here. I'm doing this slowly, guys, just so that you get the hang of it. 4x minus 6x. Nice and easy, that's negative 2x. Plus 1 equals minus 8. What's the next thing I move? Yep, I want to get rid of this plus 1. If I move it to the other side, what happens to it? Minus 1. What's minus 8 minus 1?
What? It's negative 9.
Negative 9. Okay, what's the next thing I do here?
Divided by 2. Negative 2.
Yep, I want to get rid of this negative 2. And because negative 2 is being multiplied there, I actually divide it on this side. Now, the answer is not, well, you could say this is the answer, but we can actually simplify it further on. We can actually write x is equal to just 9 over 2 or 4.5, as someone was saying there before.
I'm going to copy this.
We are going on to the next question. Once again, we're trying to solve here, guys. So try and keep the x to one side, get rid of all the numbers. So what's the first number we want to get rid of here? Yep, we'll get rid of the positive 4. When we move the positive 4 to the other side, what happens to it?
Changes the sign.
Changes the sign. So we've got 9 minus 4. What's 9 minus 4?
5.
Okay. What's our next thing we want to move?
The 5.
Which 5? Yep, we want to get rid of this 5 right here. When we bring it to the other side, what happens to it? Times. What's 5 times 5? So we've got 2x is equal to 25. What's the next thing we get rid of? The 2. What's going to happen to it? Divide. 25 divided by 2. 12.5, or you can actually leave the answer as a fraction as well. Okay? I'll leave that up there for you guys to copy. Moving on to the next question. So, this is factorizing. With factorizing, remember that this is the question where we need to put it into 2 brackets. Now, the question is quite simple. What 2 numbers multiply to minus 21 and adds up to negative 4? 3 and 7, but could I get a bit more specific, please?
7 minus negative 3. Or 7 minus 3. Or, yeah, it's basically.
Okay, I'm going to
7
go...
and negative 3. Holy crap, that was bad.
Sure, x plus 3 and x minus 7.
Does it have to be, can it be the other way around?
That's a good question. Can this be the other way around?
Because that's how I did it. And it cannot be, which is bad.
Okay, here's the thing. Have a look at this, guys. Can you do 3 times 2? Is it the same thing as saying 2 times 3?
No, yeah. Yes.
It is, right?
Yeah.
So when you're multiplying 2 numbers, it doesn't matter which one you write first.
So it doesn't matter.
So it doesn't matter. Both of those answers are correct.
You just wanted to get me wrong, didn't you?
Okay, guys, just one more thing here. When you actually do this answer, just check it really quickly. All right? The way you check it is you look at this minus 7, you look at the positive 3, and see whether those two numbers add up to minus 4. Because I know sometimes people make a mistake and they might say, I'm actually writing this at the wrong answer, I'm letting you know. See, these two numbers, the positive 7 and minus 3, it multiplies to negative 21. But when you add these two numbers, you actually get positive 4. Alright? And which is incorrect because here we were looking for minus 4. If you get positive 4, then you know you've done something wrong. Just switch the symbols. Alright? Because if you notice the actual answer in the blue and the answer in the white, the symbols are actually different. And that's because the final answer is different as well. Just a quick way to check. Okay, this one here. This one is actually a lot easier. Yeah. What do you have to do first?
You already factorized.
Factorize it, which we've already done from our previous question.
Oh, we have.
Yep, we had x minus 7.
Oh, GG. Oh, lol.
So what do you need to do here? Yep, all you got
X
is
minus 7 equals 0.
x minus 7 equals 0.
I know, I don't care.
It doesn't matter, man.
I couldn't care.
Equals 0. So what's x equal to in this case?
Say hi to some bitches.
Yep, because how do you get positive 7? If you bring the 7 to the other side, 0 plus 7 is simply 7. And in this side, I'll just do that
Oh, GG. No
0
wonder.
minus
Like,
3, which is the same thing as saying x equals minus 3.
Oh, GG.
Okay.
That's so easy.
That's a nice and simple question there. Okay,
What?
thanks Albert for stealing my stylus. Next one, simplify. Now guys, here's a clue for you for this one. What do we need to do to the numerator? To the top bracket? Or top, what do we do? Factorize.
Delete it.
What's the clue?
Stopping the joke.
The clue is this thing right here, x plus 3. Nearly all of the time, the top can be factorized. The top could be factorized where it's written like this. One of the brackets will be x plus 3. Now when we factorized this question previously, what was the other answer? X minus 7.
Oh, you have done this already. Oh,
Yes,
gee.
yes, we have done this. Now what do we do with this situation here? Yep, this entire brackets, they cancel out each other.
Wait, so in the exam, Mr. will it be like this? So we get like a series of 3 questions or so that
We have seen patterns like that before.
Oh, okay.
Like we have seen question papers where they follow up each other, but sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But if they do, then you know,
Advantage.
yeah, it's a bit of a trick there.
Sweet.
We good with this?
Yo.
Moving on to the next question. Okay. With number 7, it's also linked to the previous question. It's actually linked to previous, I think, question number 6.
Yeah, it is. Okay,
So,
I can get
if we actually write this, we know that this entire thing right here, we can break it into x plus 7, no wait, not x plus 7, x minus 7 times x plus 3. This is question 7, I believe, equals 3. And if we cancel those two things out, we have x minus 7 equals 3. Now, what do we do to the negative 7?
On the other side.
Take it to the other side.
X equals 10.
X equals
courses.
x equals 10. That's it. Done.
Oh my god, I actually got that.
So how many questions have you got right so far?
Only 52, which I wrote down.
It's not bad. You got another 2 more to go, and there's your achieved right there. Okay.
Oh, whoops, where did I put a bracket? What?
Okay, going to number 8. Now,
I don't understand.
simplify. Now this one might be
I don't get this from that one.
a bit tricky for you guys, but if in doubt,
That's not too hard.
if in doubt, just expand the whole thing. Okay, you can because it's actually squared. I'll actually do this 2 ways. The first method, I'm going to expand it because it's actually squared. I'm going to write it as 4a to the power of 5 b squared multiplied by 4a to the power of 5 b squared, all that divided by 2a to the power of 4. 4 times 4, that's 16. Now what happens to the powers when you multiply?
Add.
Yeah, you add them. So A will become a to the power of,
10, b to the power of 4.
yep, a to the power of 10 and b to the power of 4.
Divided by
Uh-oh, someone's crying at the back there.
What?
It's alright, we'll get there. Okay, I'm going to show you another way to do it as well. What's 16 divided by 2? 8.
8.
8a6 b4. Now this was an ugly question, but okay, if you choose to do this the shortcut way, well, the shortcut method, it just skips this entire step. Like we don't actually do that. Because 4 squared is 16, a5 to the power of 2 will become a10,
Oh wait, I skipped that.
b squared to squared will become b to the power of 4. And what you notice is you pretty much have the same things as here. Actually, no, that's not it. There. Which means your answer would still be 8a6 b to the 4.
Subliminal messaging.
What do you mean?
Nice.
See if it works, you know?
What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Thanks.
Just seeing if it works.
You say KFC.
Okay, thanks Joel for the KFC sponsors there. So.
Wait, to see if the subliminal messaging works.
Okay, simplifying this. If you've forgotten how to do this, this is the same thing with fractions. Find the common factor. Well, in this case, between 4 and 3, not common factor, common multiple. What's the multiple between 4 and 3? 12. So, if I want 12 at the bottom, what do I need to multiply x over 3 by?
Oh, where did you just turn the 4? Oh, you're doing 10. Wait, are you?
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's about 9.
What number do I need to multiply x over 3 by? By 4.
I wrote it wrong.
So I'm going to multiply this by 4 and 4.
Oh, GG.
What about this one? 3 and 3. Okay? Now, there's only one thing that I have to ask you guys to remember. And that is, put a little bracket around this 2x minus 3. And I'll tell you why. Because if you don't put that, the negative will kind of get messed up. But anyway, let's do this. So the top line, just to make it easy, I'm going to write this as 4x minus, okay, I'll actually do this a little bit slower, hold on. I've got 4x divided by 12 minus 3 times 2x minus 3 divided by 12. Is that okay so far?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to put the entire thing under 12. So this entire thing's under 12. I'm going to have 4x minus 3 times 2x minus 3. Okay, I'm going to carry on here. If I keep going, I'll get 4x. Now I'm going to expand it, so it'll become minus 3 times 2x, which is minus 6x, and minus 3 times minus 3, which becomes positive 9. So my final answer, negative 2x plus 9 divided by 12. How many of you guys got negative 2x minus 9 divided by 12?
I didn't even do it.
Yep, that's fine. But except the problem is that it's not minus 9. You've got to get a plus 9 there. Because you see, you got negative 3 outside and negative 3 inside the brackets. And those two, when you multiply, you get positive 9. We've resumed after Joel's commercial break. Okay, now guys, obviously this question is linked up from the previous question. Alright? Because if you go back to the previous question, we simplified and we got minus 2x plus 9 divided by 12. I'm basically going to use that thing. I'm not going to do that question all over again. So, I know that the left-hand side is going to be negative 2x plus 9 divided by 12 is less than or equal to 1. Okay, with the less than or equal to sign, just treat it like an equal sign. So the first thing I want to get rid of is the 12. If I get rid of the 12, what will happen to it? If I bring it to the other side,
Oh yeah, multiply.
it will become 1 times 12. So I've got negative 2x plus 9 is less than or equal to 12. Okay, what's the next number I need to get rid of?
9.
9. So this would become negative 2x less than or equal to 12. What would it become? Minus 9. Okay, so I've got negative 2x is less than or equal to 3. Now, what happens when we divide by a negative number with inequalities? The sign changes. That's it.
Oh, gee.
Negative 1.5.
Got to write that.
Okay, guys, it's really important that you flip the entire sign. I've seen people do this before, where they see something like this, and then when they flip the sign, they forget. They actually forget that extra line. Can you guys see where that extra line is? Yeah, the equal. This part right here, they forget to write it. Okay, so it's really important that you flip the sign completely. Like, don't do a partial job of it. So the final answer here is x has to be greater than or equal to, you can write negative 1.5, 3 over negative 2, negative 3 over 2, it doesn't matter. Just saying this one will be incorrect here, guys. Nice and simple one, alright? We're looking for, what are we looking for here? Like terms. What are your like terms here? We've got a squared b here. Is there another a squared b there?
Yep.
Where?
2a squared.
This one?
No, that's the one.
There we go. What about ab squared? Do we have another one of these? Obviously, nice and simple.
Oh, that was the easiest one.
This is the easiest one, and so your answer is going to be
I thought this was going to be hard.
5a squared b plus 5ab squared. Simple. Okay, what about if we have the same question, but if we had this? Have a look and tell me what's going to happen here. What's going to happen for this one?
It's going to be 5a squared.
3a squared b.
Okay, so we've got 3a squared b. Do we have another a squared b?
Yep. 2a squared b.
Okay,
And that's it.
what about this?
Nah.
It's going to stay alone.
That's by itself. And so the last one is going to stay by itself. So what's the answer going to be?
5a squared b plus 2ab squared.
75,825 times 3.
Yeah, thanks, Joel.
3.1 Just wrote about 3.1 for 1.9.
Okay, do you guys get how we did the like terms there? We good? Okay, last question for the day.
I got this one right.
Now, if you get this one right,
12k.
good for you.
3f times KFC equation.
The last question, all right? All right, the last one. Sorry.
4f.
If you want to factorize this, you've got to look for common factors. The common factors, nice and simple ones. I've actually shown you that. All right? And you've also got an x there and an x there. So you could potentially write this as, can I write 3x as my first factor? And this would become y plus 1 plus, and I'm going to write the 7y plus 7 as separate. So that's going to be 7y plus 1.
Oh, whoops. That was
Okay?
another page.
Basically, I've just split this up into two things.
Yo, got it. Easy
Like
stuff.
that.
I was like, what question is
Now, there's one more line you can do. Okay? Because if you stopped here, you haven't factorized completely.
Dude, I factorized well.
So, what will be the last one be?
3x plus 7 in brackets, and then in the other brackets will be y plus 1.
Hey, it keeps going.
Yep. Unfortunately, if you stopped at the second line, you haven't actually factorized it fully.
GG was.
If you skip the second and go to third, yeah, sure, why not? You factorized it completely.
GG was.
Brackets are the other way around.
What is
Y
this?
plus 1 and then 3x plus 7.
Okay, this is the same question we had before. Is 3 times 2 the same as 2 times 3?
Yes.
Yes, it is. So it doesn't matter which way you write the brackets first. This message has been bought by Joel and his KFC. Yeah, it's us.
Spicy chicken.
Thanks.
Oh man, I'm so hungry.